Zibby Owens, Moms Don't Have Time to Read Books podcast.
Oh,
Wow, that's a lot of books for someone who doesn't have time to read any.
that's right.
I know.
Okay.
That's the irony behind it. There
That's
you
the irony behind it.
go.
I love the color coding too. It's pretty
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you so much. Amazing. Well, it's so nice to meet both of you. I'm Zibby Owens. Nice to meet you. And thank you for providing us with amazing Saturday afternoon entertainment. My daughter was home with COVID. We were stuck in the house, so we were all masked with her, like, really far away watching this movie, and it got me through. So thank you.
Oh, great. I hope she's getting
Right.
better.
She's totally fine. She had like no symptoms, but
Right.
in fact, she has the most questions for you, and she really wants to know about Diane Foxington. Why was she different in the movie than from the books?
What was
Well-
she different in the movie from the books? I think. Go ahead, Aaron.
Well, she's. I think in spirit she's the same. I mean, she has a different name, and I actually can't give you a decent answer as to why she has a different name. It just happened. But yeah, her character is very true to the books as far as I'm concerned, because she is a character who is the opposite of the bad guys in many ways at the beginning, everybody's judging them because they seem scary. In the books, you get a sense that she's kind of perfect, but in fact, she has a really complicated backstory that makes her very similar to Wolf in many ways, which is why they bond. So that's been preserved really beautifully. But yeah, no, she has a different name. I can't explain.
Okay, I think that'll do the trick.
She's also. I mean, in the book, it's true that in the movie, she's a former. She's the greatest villain. The greatest bad guy. Sorry, or bad girl. And reformed. In the book, she's created that league of superheroes. That's also a little bit of a difference, that we kind of give. But the idea was just for her to make her like sensationally cool and badass.
Yes.
And that's something we wanted to keep.
I love that. Excellent. Okay, another question from my kids. I hope you don't mind. How do you direct animated characters? Do you just like yell at them and hope that they hear you?
Yes, exactly. That's the way. No, of course not. We can't really do that because it goes like to create the performances that you see on screen. You go through two different steps. The first one is recording the actor, or the actors. So we do that in just sound stage. They have a script. They read the script. They read the lines. I ask them to read them different ways. They read through the sequences. We play together until we find the right tone for each line. Then we cut that together, and then those lines, those recordings, based on shots, we send those shots to the animators, and those animators have virtual puppets, and so imagine like Wallace and Gromit, like clay puppets. Well, they are not clay, they are CG puppets in a computer, but they have a skeleton and they have ways to move them. We have ways to move them with software, and that craft is being given to animators, and so they use the voice, and then based on that voice and based on my instructions and what I want to see for that shot, how I want to see the characters emote and move, they start creating frame by frame a little performance and make those characters pop to life. So it's kind of two steps.
Okay. One of the things I loved was the overall message of the film, right? It just feels so good when you're good. The tail wagging. It does. It really does give you that tingle and feeling. What was the last thing that you did that gave you that tail wagging good feeling?
Oh
my God.
That's a good question.
Well, I made a massive surprise to my kids.
Nothing?
Earlier today.
Nothing? You both are bad guys after all. It's terrible.
No, I got tickets for them for Coachella, and they were so fucking happy. Sorry. They were jumping around, and I think that made my tail wag big time. Seeing the joy in their eyes is like great. So we're going to Coachella.
You know what? I have to say it's movie related. I took my boys to the Australian premiere of this, and they've grown up with this obviously because it was written for them, and that was so big. And I was worried actually because that was written when they were 6 and 8. Now they're 14 and 16. So I was worried the eldest especially might be a little too cool for it now, but they were like 6 and 8 again. It was so beautiful. So yeah, that was the last time my tail was wagging.
Amazing. Well, thank you again for delighting my whole family, and it was a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for
Absolutely.
all of your amazing work.
Take
Thank
care.
you, Zibby. Thank you. Take care.